ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Inside Scoop. Yes, we're back. It's a little bit of a vacation there. Had to take a week off. We had some trying business here at the studio, so we had to push our taping back for a week. Hope you've all enjoyed the summer. I mentioned it last show, I believe, too. Had a great time at in Cape and Park. Food trucks. I know they won't be back again this year, but you want to take some good time with music, great food. I suggest check out the food trucks when they come to town here in Attleboro. They'll be back again next season. They had a big crowd there this past Sunday. Well, since we last spoke, Joe, we had that last pay-per-view. I know we have results of that, but first, let's start our show in our usual way. I know we might have a little bit of a list here for wrestlers. Again, I've mentioned to folks before about going to WrestlingForum.com. My good friend Vic Solagasta puts wrestlers' birthdays on there just about daily. It's different ones. Joe doesn't get them all, but he gets the most, a lot of them.
First is...
Sit still and speak up.
Sorry, Dean Malenko. August 4th, 64.
Can't believe Dean Malenko's already 64.
We'll say 1/3 of the Orient Express, because he had two different tag partners. Pat Tanaka.
Remember Pat Tanaka?
August 5th, 61.
Wow, can't believe he's that old either.
The Hulkster, Hulk Hogan himself, 70. August 11th, 71.
Yeah. And he'll be in town soon, I heard. And no, I'm not going to see him. It's a personal thing. I don't.
We got Monday Night Raws coming to Providence this Monday.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I've known for months and months.
Why didn't you mention it?
I don't know. They advertised it months ago. The lady that hasn't returned to WWE yet, Alexa Bliss.
Alexa Bliss, they're working on her characters. Not sure what they might put her in the Wyatt 6. They haven't decided yet. I think I've written on that. She wants to go there. August
9th, 33. One half of the SmackDown commentator is Wade Barrett.
Got some bad news for you.
August 10th, 44.
Oh, Wade's already 40. He's in good shape for 44.
The Red Rooster, Terry Taylor.
Yes.
August 12th, 69.
I can't believe he's 69 already.
One half of the women's tag champs, Alba Fire, August 11th, 32.
Okay.
New Day's Kofi Kingston, August 14th, 43.
Who actually started out here local live with NECW. A lot of people don't know that. Started as Kenny Kingston, working for NECW.
Providence's own Spike Dudley.
Spike Dudley, who I've met several times. Top rope shows.
August 13th, 54.
Johnny Heisa, I think his name is. 54?
54. So he's only a few weeks older than me. Two-time WWE champ, Bob Backlund.
Mr. Bob Backlund. Who I met in Providence once at wrestling matches. I guess he's going through some tough times. They're saying he's got dementia coming in and he has a problem. His memory's getting shot. He's getting...
August 14th, 75.
Well, he's at the age where he would start getting that.
Savio Vega, August 10th, 60. One half of the Killer Bees, Jumpin' Jim Brunzell.
Jim Brunzell, who my teacher in high school played football with in Minnesota.
August 13th.
Jumpin' Jim Brunzell.
August 13th, 75.
Wow.
The father of the Von Erich family, Fritz Von Erich.
Yes, he's passed now.
His birthday was August 16th. Former WWE star, Paige. August 17th, 32.
Soraya.
Bobby Eaton.
How old is Paige?
32.
Wow.
Bobby Eaton, August 14th.
Yeah, late Bobby Eaton, well, a good wrestler.
Former WWE ring announcer, Lillian Garcia.
Yes.
August 19th, 58.
We saw it online. I saw it on Facebook.
And Jay and Jimmy Uso, August 22nd, 39.
Wow. Can't believe some of these people. Well, the Usos are in phenomenal shape for 39.
One is still in action right now.
Yeah, Jimmy Uso's taking some time off. Not for injuries, he's just taking time off. Not sure what they're going to do with his character. I think they're going to bring him back as a face. They'll bring him back to work with Roman Reigns, I think, somehow in Survivor Series. Going against the new bloodline, the old bloodline. They might bring Jay, and Jay might go back for a one-time shot to go back with Roman and Jimmy, and maybe Sami Zayn to go against the new bloodline.
There's also a rumor going on. I guess The Rock's got his own bloodline coming in.
Well, the Rock's got to come in and talk to Solo. Speaking of bloodline and go into that, now we have to mention the tough part of our show, some wrestling and celebrity deaths. We only have a couple, but they're both wrestling related.
I got at least 5 of them.
Okay.
First is wrestler Kevin Sullivan.
Kevin Sullivan, the demon, the devil, born in Worcester, Massachusetts. I met Kevin Sullivan twice. I met NCCW a couple of years ago, and I met Kevin Sullivan in Abington just after the whole incident where his wife was killed, his ex-wife was killed. And I said to him very quietly, so no one else heard me, only he heard me, and I want to give you my deep condolences for the death of your ex-wife. And he looked at me, because he wasn't really paying attention to me in the beginning. I was talking to him, poked his head up, came up, get him around the table, and gave me a hug, and said to me, "You're the first person to say that to me, even friends. Thank you very much." Yeah, you were married to the girl for 12 years, weren't you? 12 and a half. You're well read. Thank you. I appreciate that immensely. Yeah. Kevin Sullivan, people don't realize what he did behind the scenes in wrestling, doing booking agents and organizing stuff and being the voice of some of the wrestlers, getting some of these wrestlers their money and contracts and doing managerial stuff. But he did a lot behind the scenes wrestling, a lot people don't realize.
Next is movie actress Jenna Rollins.
Okay.
She was in The Notebook, and she also did that movie with the parrot named Polly.
Okay. I didn't know it, so I can't. I don't know it's too much.
Next one is the original host of the Hollywood Squares.
Yes, I heard Reddy just passed. Peter Marshall.
Yep.
96, I think?
I think so, yeah.
I think it was 96. I remember watching that growing up.
Now we'll get into the bloodline connection. The other half of the Wild Samoans, Offa.
Yeah, we could. I can't say his real first. Anawai, but I can't say his real first name. I wanted to. If I even wrote down, I have trouble saying it.
I know. That was about a little over 2 months after his brother did.
Yep. Didn't last much longer after his brother passed away.
And finally, talk show host Phil Donahue.
I didn't know Phil Donahue died. Now you've told me something. I didn't know that. Yeah. Phil Donahue passed.
He was 90 something, I think.
I didn't know Phil Donahue. Now you've told me, because I didn't hear that one. Didn't even see it on Facebook anywhere. It's crazy.
I think I saw like in one of the news feeds on my phone, either Google News or Gmail News.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mentioned it earlier briefly. Let's go into some of the results from the last pay-per-view. SummerSlam.
One of the 4 big ones, big pay-per-views.
Now, do you have any of the matches set for the Bash in Berlin?
So far I got 4 of them.
There's a couple more you probably haven't added yet, but I know.
They haven't mentioned anything.
They've mentioned a few extras.
First, for the SummerSlam, we've got the world title. Damian Priest against Gunther, and
Gunther won
with a little help from
Finn Balor. Yep. The Judgment Day blew up.
Matter of fact, that one weekend, another title changed hands before the night before the pay-per-view. The SmackDown Men's Tag Titles changed hands the night before. Now the Bloodline
beat DIY. Yeah. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. For those who don't know who Do-It-Yourself is.
Next, we got the SmackDown Women's title, Bayley against Nia Jax, and Nia's the champ.
Nia won, yep. Tiffany Stratton got involved now a little bit. Kind of distracted Bayley. We haven't seen Bayley since. We haven't seen Bayley for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
I think she wants to take some time off.
We can talk about this match. WWE title match, which was a Bloodline rules. Cody against Solo. Cody won.
Yeah, but with a big return.
We had a big return. The
Roman Reigns came out.
The original Tribal Chief returned.
Yep.
And helped Cody win.
The OTC himself. Hasn't the Trinity on OTC, original Tribal Chief?
He had RKO and KO take out those other two.
Yep. They took out Monaloa and... Because what's his name got hurt earlier, didn't he get?
Oh, Jacob Fatu. Yeah.
Jacob Fatu hurt his knee.
Put Cody through the table.
He kind of hit him, but he whacked his knee supposedly, and he hurt his knee, tweaked his knee. He was only out for about 2 weeks, and he came back.
Might as well get ready to quote this next match. The U.S. title, Logan Paul against LA Knight, and LA Knight's the new U.S. champ.
Yes, yeah. I've called every match so far, I believe, so.
The next one, the Intercontinental title. Sami Zayn against Braun Breaker.
And I said Braun Breaker would win. Braun Breaker's an amazing athlete. He's one of the better wrestlers, workers. Intense, strong, fast, well-trained.
Next one, we had the special guest referee of Seth Rollins, CM Punk against Drew, and Drew won.
I think I said Drew would beat Seth somehow, and he did. Again, Seth's now injured. We can go into that after. We can mention after this before we go into our next listing.
Raw Women's title, Liv Morgan against Rhea, and Liv won with the help from Dum Dum.
Yep, Dum Dum turned his back on.
2 members of Rhea. Judgment Day turned.
Yep. Well, Dum Dum, they were planning on getting rid of Rhea and Damian Priest. Now to go back with Seth Rollins, before we get into our next list, for those of you who ain't watched Raw, Bronson Reed's been on a tear lately.
Oh, yeah.
Seth Rollins just got mangled by Bronson Reed. Took 7 tsunamis? Supposedly he has broken ribs and internal injuries, internal bruising in his organs, and he'll be out for a while. He did the same thing to R-Truth.
Yeah.
He hit him with 5 tsunamis. Not true. I know has broken ribs and some internal bleeding. He gave The Miz.
I think only one.
One. He went to go for a second one, and out come
Braun Strowman.
One big SOB. Braun Strowman, and challenged him. That would be a good match. The match I want to see, and hope it happens sometime soon. And think about this match for a second. Bronson Reed against Odyssey Jones. Wouldn't that be a good match? 2 big behemoths going at each other? That'd be crazy. But Braun Strowman can handle Odyssey. Can handle Bronson Reed, though.
Yeah.
He should be able to handle him. Maybe a few guys can pick up and slam him. Drive through the ring if he wants to. But I know there's some injury. I know Seth will be out the same for a while. He got really hurt. I mean, I'm surprised Adam Pearce hasn't suspended Bronson Reed, but I think it's all kayfabbed what they're doing, because now I'm glad that Braun Strowman stepped in before he killed The Miz too. I mean, it was funny. Did you see one of the commentating beforehand? It was who was talking? It was Randy Orton was talking. Seth Rollins wasn't he killed by? Wasn't he killed squashed last week, and then out come Randy Orton? Yeah, wasn't Rollins killed last week? What, somebody get crushed? Unbelievable. Bronson Reed's on a tear, cutting through people. Any feedback of that? I'm sure you saw it.
I mean, just feedback. No.
Well, let's go on to our next pay-per-view, which is Bash in Berlin.
A week from today.
Yes.
In the afternoon.
We'll figure out the time. I'm not sure.
1 p.m. in the afternoon.
It's 1 p.m. Okay. Now I have no idea.
Since they're in Germany. They'll be in Germany for it.
Yes. Thank you for not saying Lashley, too. He's no longer with the company.
Let's see. We'll start with the world title, Gunther against Randy Orton. Randy Orton challenged, Gunther accepted.
Mm-hmm. I think somehow Gunther wins this match, but I think Ludwig Kaiser gets involved. So I think Gunther's going to win the match, but he's going to get some help.
This one, the opponent in this one was very reluctant to do this match. The WWE title, Cody Rhodes against Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. I don't think Kevin Owens will beat Cody, but it'll be that could be a good scientific match, a good brawl if it let it go. I think somehow Cody wins that match. I don't think Kevin Owens is going to turn heel or anything. I think he's going to have a good wrestling match.
Next one is
I could possibly see someone getting involved in that too.
Next is the mixed tag match. Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley against Dum Dum and Liv.
I think Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley are going to kill those two. I think Rhea Ripley's going to end up pinning Liv. Or Priest could also pin Dum Dum, because there's no way Dum Dum can beat Priest. No way.
What if the certain so-called New Judgment Day gets involved?
It's possible. You have the other three
These two
idiots
guys get to kind of back up just in case, though.
We need someone to back them up. That's the problem. I don't know who was out with Priest and Rhea.
Because right now, Judgment Day's got the Raw tag titles right now.
Mm-hmm.
And last match on my list right now, it's a strap match between CM Punk and Drew.
I think CM Punk wins the match. Wins that match because it's a strap match. Now I've heard this too. That there's going to be a three-way for the women's world title. Alba Fire and Isla Dawn there is going against Io Shirai and Kairi Sane, which is what do they call themselves there?
Damage Control. They had the triple threat match.
Yeah, no, already. They had a triple threat match already?
Yeah, they had it.
No, Alba Fire got involved with that, and they broke it up.
No, there was a triple threat tag team match.
Okay.
For the titles are.
Oh yeah, and Raw. I missed it because I had to pick up my girlfriend. In one vehicle, but I've heard there's going to be a match that was supposed to be a triple threat match for the title in Berlin. I know. What's his name wants to have a match with somebody. LA Knight wants to have a match with somebody. Someone's going to challenge him. I think he's going to be in Berlin. That's another one I've heard is supposed to happen. Women's. Wait a minute. Alba Fire's in Io Dawn supposed to be going against Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, right? In Bash in Berlin.
I haven't said anything about that yet.
I thought it was.
It hasn't been made official or anything.
Oh, maybe they'll do it this Friday, but I think that's the match coming up. Since they've already had that triple threat match. I'm sure Alba Fire and Isla Dawn won that match, a triple threat. I didn't see it.
Yeah, they did.
Yep. LA Knight's going to go against somebody, but I don't know who. There's Logan Paul says he wants a rematch, right?
We haven't heard from Logan Paul since the pay-per-view.
Well, he likes to work pay-per-views, so.
He hasn't shown up yet.
Oh well, it is what it is. Well, the Red Sox, to change subject for a second, Red Sox have gotten into the swing of things now. They're fighting for that third wild card spot, playing pretty good baseball, made a few changes. A couple players, Tristan Costas came back, their first baseman. They let Don Smith go. A couple pitches they got. No, they traded for the trade deadline they got for minor league players. They seem some team to be helping, some to be hurting. They're not playing very good baseball since the All-Star break. I think they lost more than they won. I think they've only won 15 games and lost 30, something like that. There's only I think they said 35 more games left, something like. So, and they have a tough series coming up in a couple of weeks, a week or so against Baltimore and New York again. So, those will probably determine where they go in the playoffs this year. But they're fighting right there. The Patriots have started their preseason. Some good-looking players. They're not being predicted to do much this year, though. They're predicted to get 5 wins. I don't know about that. We have some players that click that can be a little interesting. You don't watch the Patriots at all? Okay.
No.
Because I had a feeling that Bailey Zappi's going to be into a cut, or they're going to try to put him on the practice squad. If they don't sign him 53-man roster, they hope to get him to the practice squad, but he might get picked up by somebody as a quarterback. I know I read somewhere that I think it was Minnesota or somebody lost their starting quarterback, and their backup is Sam Darnold, who's like really beyond his prime, so we need a backup to him. I got a feeling Zappy might go to that team. Hopefully the Patriots can trade him and get something for him. He's not a bad quarterback, but Joe Milton III's been playing real good. Big, tall kid, rangy. Of course, you got Drake May, the draft pick, and Jacoby Brissett, who they paid the big contract to come back, be a starting quarterback. But does he start? That's the question. They looked pretty good in their first game. The second game, they looked okay, but they only lost by a point. But can't judge preseason because you're getting all the second and third stringers most of them. All the starters played a lot of the game. So, the Olympics are over. USA did well at some things. Some things they didn't do well. They didn't do as predicted. I know the women's beach volleyball was eliminated, surprisingly, because one of the best players in the world was playing for the United States teams. There was a couple teams that were out there. The men's basketball team barely won. They won their gold. Jason Tatum wasn't played much. I don't know if you watch much of the Olympics. USA won the most medals of anybody. They tied China for 16 gold medals, and I think they had the most silver medals and most bronze medals of anybody in the world. I mean, they got events in weightlifting, the first time in a long time, won something for weightlifting. Wrestling, I think women's wrestler won a gold medal. Racing, running, Noah Wild, I guess, contracted COVID, so he couldn't run in the men's relay, and the men's relay lost. They got disqualified in the finals, so they didn't get gold medal at all. They were predicted to win at least gold or silver. One of the guys there from the running, who wasn't expected to win a medaled. It was interesting. I enjoyed watching the Olympics. You see sports you don't see. I mean, did you know that breakdancing was an Olympic event?
No.
Neither did I. And it was an Olympic event. A little Japanese girl won. I don't know about the guys, but a little Japanese girl won. She beat some girl from, I think it was the Netherlands or Sweden or something. And how about rock climbing? You see people climb. Spider-Man had nothing on them. Crawling up the wall there, and I mean, up a wall in 6 seconds. This is the Polish girl who won. Did in like 6.13 seconds, something like that. Climbed the wall. Hello, Spider-Man. I guess the guy who won it was like did it in like 4.5 seconds, something like that, up the same wall. That's crazy. It's insanity. But I didn't know rock climbing was also Olympic sports this year until I saw it I'm watching it. I've watched some of the archery. I mean, hitting arrows 70 meters away and hitting 9s and 10s the whole time. The South Korean team kind of owns that. South Korea, I think, and I think it was Japan, did very, very well on that. The American got a silver medal on that for the men's against South Korean. He was actually leading until the last cycle, I guess. He had hit a 10, he hit like an 8, he lost by 1 point. Women's foil, which is like sword fighting. America won a gold medal for the first time. So it was interesting to watch the different sports that you don't see too often. Badminton and ping pong, and you don't see this too often. Weightlifting, I guess one of the American girls won a gold medal. Wasn't expected to, but she won. And of course, the hype for the gymnastic team, they won the all-around gold, and Simone Biles won 2 gold and a silver. And the controversy there with Jordan Childs with the bronze medal, had won the bronze medal because they didn't give her the right score, but I guess they took it away from her because they're supposed to put a protest in within the minute, and I don't know the whole story. That's still, I guess, in litigation to try to get back her bronze medal. There's always controversy in something, but it was very interesting watching it. I watched some of the closing ceremony, but I don't know. I enjoyed it. It was fun to watch. Like I said, I've been watching a little bit of baseball lately. Red Sox have been playing pretty decent. to go back to Olympics, Jason Tatum was upset. He was benched 2 games he didn't play in the men's games. I think of the 5 games, didn't play 2 of them. And he's mad. He says he thinks it's a personal vendetta from Steve Kerr because he doesn't like the Celtics. And he played the other guy. Billy played the other 2 guys in the last game. Drew Holiday and Derek White didn't put Jaylen Brown on the team, and that was, they're saying, because he was a Celtic. They didn't want to put 4 Celtics or 3 Celtics. They think he's a very much of a team player, and people don't like him. They're saying, there's a lot I know for the Celtics. I think he's just anti-Celtic, and they're clamoring to get a new coach. The Celtics players are in that team. Anything in particular that you saw, like in the wrestling SummerSlam, that you liked? I mean, it's kind of hard to pick the best match because there was some really good matches. The last match was very good, though. The Cody Rhodes Solo Sikoa match was very, very good. LA Knight match was very good too with Logan Paul. He actually did better than I thought he was going to do. Any match that stands out in your mind? I know Nia Jax kind of squashed Bayley. That was possibly the worst match of the night. Of the whole SummerSlam.
I know Logan Paul tried to use the next, but I think that didn't work out too well.
Yep, he got stopped by was it the boxer who was ringside?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, he came out and knocked the guy who had the brass knucks and whacked him, knocked him cold. So it was pretty funny, actually. I know you said there's wrestling coming up. Let me end this for the last minute or so here before we end up. I'm wearing a shirt today, so it's kind of hard to see. It says Teddy Goods. I have to up and turn around to show it to you to see who Teddy Goods is. But Teddy Goods is a local independent wrestler. He's actually appeared on SmackDown. He actually fought Gunther. I've known Teddy for, I think it was 19 years he's been wrestling now. He's getting ready to go into semi-retirement. I tell you folks before, we tape on a Wednesday. This Friday, I'm going to a match in Brockton. Will be his last event wrestling in the Brockton area for a while. I don't know if he's taking time off or he's retiring from it. But thank you out there for my good friend Teddy Goods. Rest in peace, Kevin Sullivan and Afa Anoy. You'll be greatly missed. Well, I want to thank WACS for having us, for directing us, and for those who are watching us, thank you again, and stay cool. Enjoy the rest of your summer.